Good morning. Today we're going to do tire rods on the front of this 2001 Volkswagen. It's relatively straightforward. I bought the parts on eBay. Wasn't bad. Detroit. With that, let's get started. I'm going to remove the front wheel and let's see what we got. 7mm Allen head. Push it in. Jiggle it. There you go. Now here's a little test you could do to figure out what's going on here. Now I take it by 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Look at all that play. That's your tire rod ends. I'm going to replace the inners and the outs. Now if it was a ball joint, you'd be more like from 12 o'clock to 6, tight. 3 and 9. That's a lot of play. So what I'm going to do is we'll remove this tire and we'll take a look at this. I bought the parts, like I said, from the Detroit Axle on eBay. All right, with a 17mm socket, I'm going to take the front wheel off. Oh, and we have one key. In the trunk will be the key. You'll find this key in your trunk, and this is needed for that locking lug. We'll put this aside. All right, what we have to remove is the inner and this outer. As you can see the movement coming from right there, the inner. But we'll replace both. First, what you want to do is clean these threads up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a dot here and here and there. So when we loosen this, I can count the turns out and replace everything to OEM specs, so she won't need an alignment right off the top of the day. Now with the 7/8, I'm going to loosen this lock nut. It's going to look easy because I already did it. Clean this with a wire brush, and then there we go. My next move is to disconnect this tire rod end, and then we'll remove the inner. But right now, let me turn the wheel. What it is, that this part is so worn out, this is spinning. So when all else fails, get the impact, put some pressure on it, and the impact on reverse, and this always does the trick, but I thought I'd get it away the easy way. Now what we want to do is remove this tire rod end and count. So now this is free. Now we know we were right there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that was 19 turns out. I'm going to write this. I wrote 19. Now I know when I get my new parts, I'm going to measure, when I open up the new parts, I'm going to measure these all out and make sure they're identical. And then when I put this back together, I will go to 19 turns in. And this car drove well. So it really will not need an alignment right away. But that's up to you. When you drive the car, that will tell it all. Try to save the boot, even though we got new boots. Okay. All right, that's that one. Now there's an inner one. Now I took a screwdriver and got it in there, and I was able to remove that clamp. So now we got to remove this nut. We got to slide this boot off. There we go. You could see how bad that was. Here's this other clamp. You see, they break with these. Now we have a tool to remove this. Let me get that set up. Alright, this is the tool from AutoZone. Here's the piece, 33.6. Slide it right in there. Locks right in place. Alright, let's fish that on there. You'll feel it. Get your ratchet. You'll feel it. Back this up a little bit. There I go. I got it on there. Okay. I think I got it loose. Put this aside. And there we go. That wasn't too bad at all. All right, here's our part. Let me start it off. You could see the way the new part is firm, where the other part was just so sloppy. This is going to save people a lot of money, and this is a real easy job. Let's just tighten it down. It's a little different. So what I gotta do is slip it on. There we go. Beautiful. You just had to slip that socket on and then put it onto this cylinder. He calls for 50 pounds of torque. Beautiful thing. Check yours, it might be different. Now what we do is and that slides off. And now we take this bit and we're good. Put that aside for the next side. Alright, I just want to review on this. As you see, AutoZone, and it comes with all the bits, and that slides out. On this application to remove it, was easy. Now to install it, I had to put this on the inner tire rod and then slide the tool and with my hand lock it in place, and then that let me tighten it. Now to remove it, and I know it seems basic, but I just want to show you. And then the tool comes out, you pick this up, put it aside for the other side. Now for the boot. Now they gave you a brand new boot. Let's stick a little grease. A little grease. And they also came with clamps. So now with that, remember to compare these two. You want no surprises. There's a right one and there is a left one. Okay, this was our old one. This is our new one. Okay, we got our dot on it. And I put a dot right there. Remember, we had 19 turns. Alright. It's 1. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, there we go. 19 is what we wanted. With that, now we'll slide this into here. Undo our nut. Now when this is all together, then we'll tighten that. All right, now to put the cotter pin in. Bend this cotter pin and be done with this. Okay, we got the cotter pin. Now we're going to put the grease fitting on there. And remember to lock this up. Okay, we got our cotter pin. This is tight, ready to be greased. Box wrench on it. All right, now let's grease up this fitting. You'll feel it. Alright, that's greased. You'll feel it in the sides. Alright, everything's tightened down. Now I'm just going to put the wheel on and we're done. If you have any questions, just ask. If you could please subscribe, leave a comment if you see something you would do different. And I hope this helps somebody out there. Have a great day.